he's been selling weapons for over 2 years now with all legal licenses, especially to own these weapons that have been classified illegal by the sheriff's department for these 2 years. And he has done so with no actions done to him. It is my hope that with this court hearing that we can proceed to have this man's licenses to sell legal firearms removed so that someone else can take up the mantle and be our distributor of legal firearms, with the grounds that he understands that there are weapons that he can and cannot chauffeur to the public. And that is all I have.
Mr. Miller?
The defense intends to prove that the defendant does not owe damages to the for the loss of the weapons that were confiscated by the police. It is once the firearm leaves his premises, it is the responsibility of the owner to take care of their weapon, and so we believe that it should not be his money that should be at stake here.
Very well. Mr. Miller, do you have any witnesses or evidence to bring forth at this time? Excuse me, I got confused here. Mr. Armstrong.
Yes, I would like for the record to show Exhibit A, which is video proof that the defendant to this day, as we speak, is still currently distributing 2 illegal weapons in his shop along with the ammunition. I'm just getting the picture here.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, so there's a trial happening in Orgo right now, so I figured I'd better
Here's
stream it.
the picture, Your Honor. There you go.
I do not see any time or date stamp on this picture. However, Mr. Miller, do you object to this in any form?
Oh, hold on a second. I'll get you the website,
yes,
actually.
There's no way of knowing that picture was taken since the new law has been amended. Therefore, he has changed his selling of these weapons.
Any counter-argument, Mr. Armstrong?
I have several witnesses here that can testify to the claims that he is still currently selling them.
Well, concerning this evidence.
Concerning this evidence, I did make the mistake of not time-stamping it. But I did take it today, actually, previous to the job fair that we attended. I know it's hard to prove without time-stamping the picture, but my camera sadly wouldn't allow me to time-stamp
Mr.
it.
Miller, is your client still in the business of selling guns?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
I don't see that this evidence is really very relevant. Well, I should throw this evidence out. However, I don't see where it's that relevant to the case since he is still participating in the gun trade. Is your client still selling guns today?
Excuse me, Your Honor?
Is your client still in the gun trade today? Is he still selling guns?
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed, Mr. Armstrong.
All right. My first witness to call to the stand, I would like to call a John Adams to the stand, please.
John Adams, Your Honor.
If the bailiff, is he still here? I can't see him.
No, sir.
Mr. Miller, could you find a replacement bailiff?
Yes, sir. Give me one moment.
What's up, Spartan? How you doing?
Do we need to take a short recess, say about 5 minutes?
Yes, sir. For a backup bailiff.
So ordered. Any witnesses, please remain available and be back in 5 minutes.
Understood, Your Honor.
How you doing,
How are you?
Spartan?
I understand that there was a job fair today, huh?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you see it?
Sadly, it got cut
Yes,
short
sir. I'm
due to an
pulling up the
infection.
I think that guy's innocent as hell.
That's sad.
There's nothing point.
I was speaking to somebody on the street earlier
Jakey.
about that.
Man, this is intense, man.
Jakey.
Hey, anybody got a piece of gum or a
Yeah,
little bit of food I can
hopefully
get? Stomach's great.
Deterred.
Oh,
thanks.
who's hosting me? Oh,
I
thank
got
you,
these
Andy.
special brownies. I don't want to be
I
taking
appreciate that. Thank you for that
inside there.
host.
Who knows what
Yeah, I already
what's
like
your
4 of
name?
them.
What's your name?
Oh, James.
James.
Jakey.
Your Honor, we have
Oh man, I didn't know the news was. Thanks a lot. I didn't know the news was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reporting on it. It's gonna be in the Herald.
Your Honor, my name is Deputy John Blight.
Oh, shit.
I just checked that out. That looks really good.
Oh,
Everyone
thanks,
shade
man.
check on.
Yeah, it looks really
look.
professional.
It really sounded like the prosecutor was
Just give everybody
caught off guard with that whole
Couple more minutes since I
Yeah, he even
picture taking
It's
timestamp.
only been about a minute.
yeah.
That sounded like a
I
pretty
think the
mistake.
judge is rather, quiet, to be honest with you.
What do you mean? Like,
I can
like
barely hear him.
you can barely hear
I'm
him?
in the back.
Yeah, he's like
I'm in the very
whispering.
back. I hear him fine.
No, you're not. You're ahead of me.
What? No, I'm in the back.
I was
I'm in the very back.
Well,
You
what
might want
side
to
are
move
you
up
on?
then.
I'm on like in the corner on the right.
I'm on the left side in the back. That's why.
I'm right next to Vic and Kate. I have been able to take a lovely pictures, mental pictures.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this trial is gonna get intense. But you think it was a rookie mistake, James?
Well, I think the prosecution's already made one mistake already with the whole evidence that he's gathered since. I mean, if he would have had photographic proof that he's still selling it, I think it's open and shut, right?
That he's
I mean,
still on
you're gonna
what?
have. He had if he's still, but now you have two. He's got to take the word of two people. I mean, one of them is what? One of them does look like a medic, so obviously, that's somebody you could possibly trust. But
Right. Well, and I mean, at the risk of being charged with perjury, I mean, are they gonna lie on the stand?
yeah. No, I mean, I think they'll probably be telling the truth, but hard evidence would obviously help with the case quite a bit. And
right.
I mean,
this looks like I just got.
I mean, I just bought a deagle. I mean, like 20, 30 minutes ago, at the guy, you know. Hell, dude.
Can you start gathering the?
Like going back.
Looks like they're back to back.
Oh, okay. If everybody would please return to their seats.
No.
You may have to go outside and announce that also.
For everyone from outside.
Court is back in session.
Mr. Armstrong, if you wish to continue.
All right. Your Honor, I'd like to again call Mr. John Adams to the stand.
Bailiff, do you wish to swear in the witness?
I do, Your Honor. Mr. Adams, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Please continue.
Now, Mr. Adams, for the court here today, I'd like you to just briefly go over your experience when dealing with the defendant.
Is he talking?
Speak up, please.
We can't hear him.
Okay. So as I was saying, me and my friend Sauce, we visited the firing range in Erie County, and we purchased two Desert Eagles that the dealer had claimed were 100% legal. Later that day, I was arrested for possession of a thing of, I'm going to be honest with you, moonshine, which is a misdemeanor. From there, I was told that my gun is being seized for being a illegal item. I was unaware that this was illegal, as the gun dealer had told me less than an hour prior to this that it was completely legal to have obtained.
And for the record, for the court, can you remember the exact dates and time, the dates of this altercation?
This was 2 days ago.
All right.
On the 14th.
Any further questioning of this witness?
No, Your Honor. Yeah.
Mr. Miller?
To your understanding, do you know if the laws are available to you?
To my understanding, I am not aware that the laws are available to me, or where to locate gun registration laws.
Mm-hmm. And when you went to purchase the weapon, did you have to purchase a weapons license?
I did, yes.
Okay, and how much was that?
The license itself was $10,000.
Okay.
Any further?
At this time, no, sir. No, Your Honor.
Mr. Miller? Or Armstrong?
No, Your Honor.
You are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you have another witness, Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor. My next witness I would like to call to the stand would be Mr. Keith Knight.
Mr. Knight, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Jake.
Please take the stand. Mr. Miller? Or Armstrong? Sorry.
Mr. Knight, would you briefly describe your experiences that you had with the defendant, please?
Yeah,
Objection, Your
sure.
Honor. The question calls for a narrative answer.
Yes, it was a few years ago, the 13th or the 14th.
If the witness will refrain. Continue, Mr. Miller.
I said objection, Your Honor. The question calls for a narrative answer. He's going to give a bunch of details that are.
Would you like to rephrase your question, Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Knight, did you happen to purchase an illegal firearm from the defendant?
Yes.
Can you please state for the record when you purchased this item?
It was around the 12th of this month.
Have you had any dealings with the individual since you purchased the weapon?
As far as purchasing, no.
And do you currently own the weapon to this day?
I do not. The weapon no longer.
All right, no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Miller?
Mr. Knight, do you know of the gun dealer to the north?
I know of
Of Dartmouth?
I do.
Okay. Have you ever had dealings with him as well in the purchases of guns?
I have.
Right, sir. And did you have to buy a license to view his assortment?
I have.
Right, sir. About how much was this?
For the gentleman up in Dartmouth, that was about 20.
20?
20K.
Right, sir. So it's about, from evidence before, it's about 10,000 more than the one here in Union.
Correct.
Okay. And can you tell me what the man in the north sells? To your knowledge.
To my knowledge, he sells various different types of items.
Different items? Can you be more specific?
Sells anywhere from stars to eagles to other types of various weapons, clothing.
Hi, Shoot. How are you?
Different types of clothing. Did you notice what kind of weapons the man was selling?
He sells, like I said, he sells stars to eagles to. Oh.
So the man
The
up
other-
north does, in fact, sell deals.
He does.
Okay.
He charges more. Obviously.
He charges more. All right. So then, did you also notice there was a rope at the man in the north?
Objection, Your Honor. The question is irrelevant.
I'm getting to that, Your Honor. The man also up in Union City also sells rope. It is both are legal, and therefore I'm bringing the legitimacy of that both of them sell legal items.
Any counter argument?
The man in the north is not here on trial, Your Honor, and I believe no
It has
actions
been
have been
so
taken
long.
against him, to my knowledge, for the items that he may or may not sell to the public. Whereas the defendant is currently a law-abiding citizen who has legal grounds to sell arms and is breaking the law.
This is nerve-wracking.
At this time, I will allow it, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm doing great. I've just been busy with grad school.
Continue.
So, to your knowledge, the man in Union City also sells legal items?
Correct.
Alright. Thank you very much.
Any further, Mr. Armstrong?
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down. Any further witnesses, Mr. Armstrong?
One final witness, Your Honor, a Mr. Eddie Wolfgang.
And how are you doing, Shoot? I hope you're doing well. How's your job going?
Okay, please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Take the stand. Mr. Armstrong?
Mr. Wolfgang, is it true that I recently defended you in a case where you were charged with a crime and were found with a .50 caliber weapon, correct?
Yes, correct.
And would you please disclose where you purchased this firearm?
From the man that sells by the paint shop.
So the defendant, Mr. Chad Gunsmith, who is the proprietor of the Erie County Gun Range, correct?
Correct.
When did you purchase this item from him?
I'd say a day prior to the incident where you needed to defend me.
And sadly for the court, I believe that date was...
3 nights ago.
Yes, 3 nights ago.
So 4 nights ago for the purchase.
When you purchased the weapon, how did the defendant act?
Objection,
What?
Your Honor. Speculation.
I'll rephrase the question, Your Honor. Did the plaintiff try and hide the fact he was selling an illegal firearm to you?
Absolutely not.
Have you been to his gun store recent? Sorry, tongue-tied. Have you been to his store after this altercation?
Yes. I was going to go play paintball last night, and before that, I spoke with him about the fact that he sold me a gun that he proclaimed to be legal, and he just kind of ignored me after that. He wouldn't let me speak to him no more. So, and then I went to go play paintball. This was last night. He was
While
still
you were
selling it at the time.
All right, Mr. Wolfgang. That's actually my next question. I was going to ask, when you were at the store, when you were visiting the store to play the paintball, did you happen to see him still selling the firearms in question?
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Miller?
Mr. Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sorry. Do you remember purchasing a license from that man?
Yes. He won't speak to you otherwise. He's very stubborn.
Yes, sir. Do you understand that that is you need that to be able to own the weapon? Yes.
Can you say that again? Sorry.
Do you understand the license is needed to own a weapon? Yes.
Correct.
And so, wouldn't you want to make sure that weapon is legal before you purchase it?
Of course.
So then why didn't you check if the deagle was legal before you purchased it?
I don't expect a person who's displaying deagles in his front display to be selling me anything illegal when I specifically asked him whether or not what his best weapon was. I didn't say his best legal weapon, no, but it's right there in display, and he showed it to me, so...
Okay.
Sorry? What did you say?
Sorry about that.
Do you have anything further, Mr. Miller?
Not at this time, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Armstrong?
No, Your Honor.
Witness may step down. Any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Any further evidence?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Miller?
I would like to call Sheriff Stark as a witness.
Can
He
you get
pointed to
another
himself.
bailiff in here to swear Sheriff Stark in?
John Black.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Stark, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please take the stand.
Yo, this is probably the best trial that I've seen in like an ARMA server,
Mr.
dude.
Miller?
Mr. Stark, can you tell me when the law was just updated to its current wording?
Two days ago.
2 days ago? And was the did anyone from your department go and speak to the man, to my client, about these new law change?
No.
What was that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. And to
What's
your
up, Beck?
knowledge,
How you
is there
doing?
any plans to go and speak to him? Or any investigations?
Investigations? What do you mean?
Investigations into the guns that he was selling.
We have not had a formal complaint, so therefore that was the reasoning for us not to go further with the investigation.
Alright, thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Armstrong?
Mr. Stark, for the record, could you state what the wording of the law was before the original change 2 days ago?
I'll have to pull it up on my phone here. Hang on.
What's up, Dresh? Yeah, we have a court now, and we have our first trial. It's the trial of the century. Not really, but so for some background for people who aren't sure what's going on, the Merlin Armstrong is representing the people who are suing the gun store owner for selling illegal items, illegal weapons in the gun store.
There we go.
And he's suing them for damages. Dave Miller is representing
Any
the
weapon with a 40 mm caliber or higher and or semi-automatic.
And before the law was changed, would the Desert Eagle still classify under that wording as an illegal firearm?
Would.
All right. And before the wording was changed, when it was still the 40 millimeter or mm caliber weaponry, was the defendant still selling Desert Eagles at the time?
Objection, Your Honor. It's speculation.
I withdraw the question, Your Honor. Did you have any incidences with individuals being arrested and on their possession they would have a Desert Eagle purchased from the defendant's store?
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
Your Honor, the gun dealer clearly sells only 2 types of Desert Eagles, and they are clearly distinguishable from any other Eagles you can purchase from any other store or means.
The man to the north clearly sells Desert Eagles in many varieties.
But the 2 varieties that the defendant sells can only be purchased from his store.
And your argument is that they are illegal or legal?
They are illegal.
What was that?
And the question, again, that you're asking Sheriff Stark?
Is if he has had any individuals, when being arrested, have stated that they purchased their firearm, which happens to be the Deagle, from the gun dealer at the Erie County Public Range.
I will allow that.
Yes, Bag.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Have you had any individuals, when being arrested and searched for firearms, state to you that they purchased their firearm from the gun dealer, from the defendant, Mr. Gunsmith?
I know we've had several incidences, but I don't know if it was that specific gun dealer or not.
All right.
Any further, Mr. Armstrong?
Yes. Who was was your department in charge of granting the licensing for the defendant to sell firearms in Erie County?
No, sir, we are not.
What's up, Blind? What's up, Jamal?
Were you aware that he was selling illegal firearms?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
I'll rephrase the question. Have any of your officers been told and reported to you that the defendant was selling illegal firearms?
We have speculated it. I have never had any formal in writing of that particular gun seller selling illegal weapons.
Alright. No
Shit,
further
that scared
questions,
me.
Your Honor.
Intimidating. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for follow. Welcome to the Dingus
No
Squad.
questions at this time.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Yes.
I would like to make it a note to everyone that I never received a summons.
Noted. Witnesses excused. Mr. Miller, any further witnesses or evidence?
I know, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Armstrong, is there any closing argument?
Yes, Your Honor.
J Beam, thank you for the follow.
Depending
Thank you for
on
follow.
the
Welcome to the Dingus Squad.
verdict issued here today by Your Honor, even if it can't be agreed upon for damages to be refunded, I am heavily I am firm on my request to have the defendant's licenses to sell firearms in Erie County revoked for selling illegal firearms to the public, knowing that they are illegal, since he was running a legal business and is still running a legal business. That is all, Your Honor.
Mr. Miller?
Your Honor, my client should not pay any damages. The civilians, there has been no, what's it called? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought, Your Honor.
So the people are suing the gun store for selling 2 illegal weapons, and Dave Miller is representing the gun seller, and Merlin Armstrong is representing the people. Oops.
There has been no investigation into my client, or even any warning to my client about any law changes or that there of and of the sheriff's office complaining any complaints from the sheriff's office about these so-called illegal weapons. He should not take any personal responsibility for the loss of the weapons and the money loss of the clients that purchased any weapons from his store.
Any further that either one of you would wish to add before I
Yes, Your Honor.
render my verdict? Go ahead.
I would like it known that since this man has set up shop, the law just recently was changed to where it was 50 caliber or higher. But before, the law clearly stated that anything 40 caliber or higher was against the law. So at the time, he was still selling and in possession of these illegal firearms. I think on that grounds, he should still at least get his licenses revoked for selling illegal firearms.
The repo's only available for people who have passed their interview. I'm sorry, Anti-Side.
I am ready to render my verdict. When this case was sent to me, I have some problems with the styling. However, I find that they aren't really relevant to my verdict. I can include this in my brief, which I will complete next week. As for the count 1 possession of illegal firearms,
Jake.
says here the defendant has been in possession of 50 caliber weapons that he's been selling over the counter to citizens for months. By law, the caliber weapon is illegal to own. However, when I go to the Erie County statutes, number 4B, possession on an illegal firearm, 50 millimeter caliber or higher, and are fully automatic are classed as illegal firearms. The firearm in question here is the Desert Eagle, commonly referred to as a deagle. That is a 50 caliber weapon, semi-automatic pistol. In millimeters, that would be roughly 12.7 millimeters. Therefore, it falls under the 50 millimeters.
Oh my God!
A very large caliber gun. I find that he is not in possession of an illegal firearm.
Let's get him on a technicality.
Therefore, count 2, possession of illegal magazine, is dismissed, and count 3, weapons trafficking, is dismissed.
Oh.
So ordered, and this first session of Erie County Court has now ended.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. We'll be there in 2 minutes.
Thank you for attending the court and for your composure during the court. I hope that
can you just come out with me?
you never appear before the court again. as
Just,
suspects or
let me just
anything,
tell you
but
there was a misunderstanding.
I encourage
with,
you
with the
to
shop owner.
attend.
Shh.
Thank you.
Exit. Head.
Yeah, you believe that?
Oh my gosh.
Head.
Yo, I can't believe he got him on a fucking technicality. Yo. That's fucking... Yo, I'm stuck in the fucking door.
Or, what? But
Yes,
all I
please
know
do.
is
Thank you.
that's
Oh,
on the
gosh.
prosecution.
Head.
That's on the prosecution.
Head. Okay,
Oh
wait a
my
minute.
gosh.
No.
How
Go
you know
ahead.
really
Out.
happened?
Out. I've got the judges.
Oh my gosh.
So
A
it's a
technicality.
James.
Yeah, no, the case was dismissed.
So who won?
Technically, the defendant
Thank you,
won.
Sheriff Stark.
How?
Your Honor.
Because it was dismissed. On a technicality.
Could you provide
Because of how the law was written.
transportation
okay.
to the
Yeah.
Erie County Airport, please?
Sir.
Your Honor. if
Mr.
I may,
Armstrong,
Turn
can
on
I
your lights.
can I get a word with you?
Yes.
as a
Yes.
result of that
Okay.
Make sure
So how do
Under the
you feel
Erie County Code,
oh jeez.
weapons under 50
Oh.
millimeters are illegal,
Oh gosh.
which would include a 50 caliber weapon.
All right. Okay, so how do you feel that the case went?
Until they
I'm kind of
change
disappointed
the statute.
because, to my understanding of the laws, with them displayed, owning a deagle
Your Honor,
should
your
be
right is
classified as illegal. That's at least what I've been taking it, and I've had several cases
Well,
where officers have
I
understood
would
it as such as well.
Say that you should
And I've had several instances
contact
where
an attorney,
I was able to at
and he
least
could
help
file suit for
my clients with avoiding the charge,
Thank you.
since it was still confusing whether or not it was all right for it to be purchased from the defendant, Mr. Gunsmith, but
Where's the after party at?
the judge has
Thank you,
spoken,
and
and
I'll
I
have
guess
the, brief
he
done
still gets
next
to carry on his business, which it wasn't my intent to, completely get rid of his
Can we
job.
go to
I just
the
was
airport, please?
wanting to avoid any misunderstandings with the laws and civilians being in possession of things they shouldn't be possessing, and that a man who claims to be selling legal wares not selling legal wares completely. But
Okay. So what's next then? What's the next step?
I believe the next step will be most likely getting in touch with the sheriff's department and hashing out what they feel they need to do with the current laws, since several individuals have been charged with possession of illegal firearms when owning a Desert Eagle.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Has anyone seen Mr.